Hello YouTubers, my name is X Factor and this is an unboxing of the EVGA GTX 760 Superclocked edition with ACX cooling. Over the last month or so, I have benchmarked and unboxed the EVGA GTX 780 Superclocked and the 770. We all know Battlefield 3 has some poorly optimized areas and some maps are worse than others. 64-man multiplayer is absolutely brutal on CPUs and any graphics card you throw at it. We've already done that with the 780 and the 770. There'll be some links down below for you guys to check out to see those frames, and we pushed the 780 and the 770 on really high settings with phenomenal results. But that should be expected. The 780 is roughly $650 in the United States. The 770 is roughly $420 in the United States. That's a lot of money. That might cost you your left kidney, depending if you're still in high school, working a summer job, or just don't have that much money to throw at these sort of things. So you might be asking yourself, I really want more frames. I need to upgrade. I'm on older hardware. What about something that has more bang for the buck? Well, EVGA sent me this 760. We're going to unbox it today, and more importantly, I'm going to put it through the benchmarking process on 64-man multiplayer over the weekend. And we're going to do it two different ways. Number one, for those of you who like the game cranked up on high and on pretty, where frames are a secondary concern. And then for those of you who frames are the major concern, you want the fluidity, or you're playing on a 120 monitor, we're going to do a custom setting, kind of like I used to run for most of my Battlefield 3 experience, to see how high we can get those frames in Battlefield 3 on 720p and 1080p. So why don't we take a look at the product? Okay, how about we look at some of the goodies in the box. First and foremost is your drivers. I've never personally used these, whether I was running AMD or NVIDIA. I always go to the website and download the latest and greatest drivers. That gives you the best performance and stabilization for the game that you're playing at the moment, or collection of games. Next are some of the brochures, and then of course the enthusiast sticker, because EVGA is all about overclocking and superclocking everything and breaking records. They love to do that. So let's look at the actual product with the ACX cooling. Again, this is the 760, and true to the form, look at the cooling shroud on this thing. The 770 and the 780 are the same. They have the same massive shroud, the same massive fans. Now, here's what this card is known for: running extremely cool and quiet. My 780s, when I play a 2-hour session of Battlefield 3, the fans, you can never hear them. And they never get above 72 degrees. And that's in SLI. That's the hottest card, the one that's kind of squeezed in there. So this is nice if you want a quiet, effective computer. Now, the nice thing about this is with GPU Boost 2.0, you can go even higher. You can base your overclock on the temperature that the card is hitting, right? So you can easily overclock this superclock card even further. People out there are hitting some ludicrous numbers on the 770s and 780s, keeping them with the stock coolers. So another thing that they do about with the cards is they change the plating. They change the material. My 770s are gold, the 780s are another gray material, but not this. And of course there's a plastic wrap that comes here. I took that off. There's some on the fans, and nice touch, they put a plastic wrap, a double wrap on these two parts, because guess what you're probably gonna do when installing these things? Grab them here, throw them around, because it's a nice firm spot to grab them. So when you're done installing your card, yank these plastic pieces off and you're good to go. The protective sleeves are gone, and you've got no fingerprints on your new pewter parts. So let's take a look at the rest of the card. And the cooling fins, those are pretty massive. The aluminum fins are on the 770s and the 780s. And they changed something with the 760. This area is completely shrouded, and on the other cards I believe there's an opening here so you can see even more fin action. So they've done a wonderful card. This is, to me, an aesthetically pleasing card, very pretty, and based on how the 770 and 780s have run, this card is probably going to be kicking ass for the price category that it's in. Again, $260 in the US market. That's sizably less expensive than the other two cards. The question is, how will it perform when we go for the ultra and high settings in 64-man Zerg style in Battlefield 3 and go for frames? Tweak some of those settings to see how high we can get the frames if you're just going for the FPS counter, which is important to a lot of people. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this unboxing and look forward to some of the reviews when I get to the BF3 portion. Don't forget to check out the other videos in my hardware playlist going over the 770s in-game and the 780 in-game. Thanks for watching, YouTube. We will see you guys soon.